broken, arrogant industry.
It's not a promotion. It's a structural change in how this industry does business.
We're building out the broadest and deepest 5G network that anybody has ever seen.
So, I'm here today from my home in LA with Mike Sievert, T-Mobile's CEO in Seattle. Big Mike, what's up?
Hey, Anthony. Glad to be here today. Thanks for helping us out with this one.
Oh, no problem. And thanks for having me. So, listen, I'm pretty dialed in with T-Mobile these days. You know, I've been a customer for years, and now I'm even in your ads. But I gotta admit, before we talked about this, I didn't know what an Uncarrier move was. I thought you wanted help moving, and I was going to say I'm busy resodding my lawn or retiling my roof.
You don't want to pivot a couch up the stairs today? All right, well, here's what we do mean by an Uncarrier move. At T-Mobile, we call ourselves the Uncarrier because whatever the carriers do, well, we undo. What they break, we fix. And usually that forces the entire industry to follow suit. Sometimes they're kicking and screaming while they do it. And ultimately, we change the wireless industry for good. In the last 7 years of Uncarrier, we've done things like end annual service contracts, overages, and roaming fees, and we've transformed how customer care is done and just made the wireless industry a lot better for customers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot about those days of paying extra when I used up all my data. Kids, you don't know how good you got it.
Yeah, thankfully those days are long gone. And that's because of our Uncarrier moves. And now that we've joined forces with Sprint, we've become not just a bigger company, but an even better one. We'll be able to deliver better services at lower prices, all while building the world's best 5G network. And that does mean, as a bigger company now, we can take on even bigger pain points. Our Uncarrier moves used to be only about fixing what the carriers broke. And we'll keep doing that, but now we can take on even bigger problems.
Like what?
Well, our first Uncarrier move as the new T-Mobile was all about using our network for good. We even called it 5G for good. We launched something called T-Mobile Connect. It was our lowest cost smartphone plan ever. And we did it just when people needed it most, right as the coronavirus pandemic and job losses were hitting. And in May, we launched something called Connecting Heroes, giving free wireless service to state and local first responder agencies nationwide. Totally free service for potentially millions of first responders like firefighters and EMTs who keep us all safe. And then finally, the third part, we're already working to end what's called the homework gap and give 10 million households with underconnected school-age kids free internet access with our initiative we call Project 10 Million. 10 million households with kids who will become connected so they can stay up with school and not fall behind.
That's pretty lit.
Right? And it's all thanks to this incredible network. We're building the world's best 5G network, as I said. And when you put Sprint and T-Mobile together, we unlock a massive amount of unused airwaves, which makes network capacity. And in just a few years, get this, it'll be 14 times the capacity of T-Mobile standalone. And we're doing some pretty remarkable things with that.
I know you guys go big. So tell everybody what this next move is all about.
Today, we're taking on one of the biggest pain points in wireless, something that affects everyone with a phone, and that's scams and unwanted robocalls.
Man, I hate those.
Everyone does. This is such a huge issue. Scam calls are actually the #1 complaint to the FCC. Can you believe that last year alone, and get this, Americans got over 58 billion robocalls?
Yeah, man, those calls blow up my phone too, but I had no idea there were that many.
It's pretty bad. That's 1,855 calls every second, and they cost Americans over $10 billion a year. It's totally out of control, and it's not just annoying. This stuff has very real consequences.
Yeah, I think we've got a video. You know, let's take a look at it.
As a former cybercriminal, it's a lot like getting a fish on the line, because you're sending millions of phone calls out every single day, and it's a numbers game. Who's going to respond to those calls?
I've worked with victims of all walks of life, all different age groups, all different income brackets, all different levels of education. You know, they lost a couple $100s. Other ones, they've lost their entire life savings.
The phone rang, and it was a person on the other end said he had a serviceman in the area that was poised to disconnect my power because I had payment due. I said, oh my God, okay. And I was scammed out of $3,500, and I did that in a panic state.
I applied for a job and I got this phone call. They told me that I had gotten the job. That was like, yes, like this is an opportunity for me to grow and learn. They play with your dreams and how hopeful I was to be able to work.
They operate on fear. They find what you are afraid of, and they are so good at it. I had a call, and she was an agent with the IRS, and she wanted me to know that I was being arrested for tax fraud. I was scammed out of $16,000 in one day over a period of 6 hours on the phone. That's a lot more than just money that you lose. It's pride, it's embarrassment.
The art of manipulation that these people have. They talk to you in a way that is so convincing that it could have been a friend. I was the victim of a stimulus check phone scam. I was willing to listen because I needed answers. And you can't be naive to think that that doesn't happen because you're in the middle of a pandemic. And I think that's a pain that lingers for a moment. That feeling of despair, especially during a time like this where you're already feeling down because you don't know what tomorrow looks like. It's the worst feeling.
Man, that's powerful. That hits you right in your gut.
It does. You know, and scammers affect all of us. In fact, the latest research shows that millennials are nearly 3 times as likely to lose money to scams as seniors are.
So it's not just seniors. Even the youngins are getting scammed.
Unfortunately. And like that man in the video was saying, they take a lot more than just money. They rob us of our trust in other people. Because scammers prey on people when they're at their most vulnerable. And by the way, this pandemic has created a perfect storm. Amazingly, the scammers see COVID-19 as a huge opportunity. People are scared, they're worried about their health and their livelihoods, and scammers are exploiting all of this. Even at the start of the pandemic, they were already placing over 1 million COVID-related scam calls a day. In fact, COVID scams increased 70% from May to June. And Americans have already lost over $80 million to scammers this year, according to the FTC. It's only getting worse as the pandemic lingers. And on top of it all, yesterday was a tax day in the US, and that creates yet another opportunity for scammers because one of their favorite tricks is impersonating the IRS.
These guys don't have any limits.
You're right. And when we see something like this happen, we take action. And that's why we're making this Uncarrier move now.
So what's involved in this? Look, how are you going to help stop scammers?
Today, we're launching our second Uncarrier move as the new T-Mobile, and we call it Scam Shield. And here's what it means. It means you get fewer scam calls on T-Mobile's network, period. This is the most aggressive campaign against scams and robocalls in the history of wireless, and we're launching it today. And it's our second Uncarrier move as the new T-Mobile. And by the way, it's the first one we've ever done that spans across all of T-Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile, and Sprint customers. And Anthony, I can tell you this, scams and robocalls are some of the most complicated issues we've ever taken on. So we're going to be coming at it from all angles. And we're going to start by giving you a better insight into who's calling you, so you'll know which calls to answer and which ones to watch out for.
Oh, wait. Don't I already know who is calling? Look, when my mama calls, I see her name pop up on the phone.
You're right, but that's because she's in your contacts. But for everybody else, you'll just see a number, or maybe you'll see the word unknown.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I do get a lot of those.
You know, we all do. Americans get 410 million unknown calls every single day. That's nearly 150 billion a year. And many of them, if not most, are mass generated by scammers. That's 150 billion opportunities for a scammer to get you to answer your phone.
Okay, I've got an easy fix for all of that. just don't answer those calls. Look, I don't answer any call I don't recognize anymore.
You're right, that's one way to get around it for sure. And you're not alone. Most people don't answer unknown calls these days. In fact, nearly 7 in 10 won't answer a call from an unknown number. So the scammers and robocallers are now in the driver's seat. It's your phone, but they've forced you to avoid answering it. And we just think that's wrong. Because when you don't answer, you sometimes miss calls you did want to take, like from the doctor or the pharmacy or your kid's school, to name a few.
That's right. Or the delivery driver who can't find your house. You know, that happens a lot now that everybody's ordering in.
Exactly. And there's even more important calls going on today with this pandemic. Contact tracers with possibly critical information can't even get people to answer calls from an unknown number. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here. We either don't answer unknown calls and potentially miss those important calls we did want, or we open ourselves up to scams. With Scam Shield, we're helping people make informed decisions on whether or not to answer instead of flying blind. We're giving away real caller ID, not just ID for your own contacts, to all of our customers for free. So now, if we know who's calling, you'll know who's calling. And there are millions of businesses and people that we already have a name for, and now you'll have that information. So instead of just an unknown number, you'll see their name show up on your phone when they call.
Okay, so now if someone calls me who isn't in my contacts list, I'll know who it is.
Exactly. And that means you're back in the driver's seat, right?
But caller ID, hasn't that been around since I had my sidekick?
It has. This technology's been around actually for decades, but the carriers make millions of dollars off of it. Your phone company is actually profiting from this whole phenomenon. In fact, up until now, we charged for it too. But we're giving T-Mobile, Sprint, and Metro by T-Mobile customers caller ID for free with this move.
So you're actually giving up millions of dollars in profit. Why?
We are. Because in today's climate, it's clear that protecting our customers is just more important. And this is something that we've done with Uncarrier moves all along, right from the start. Invest in our customers. And more customers keep coming to us because of it. And we're going beyond free caller ID, by the way. We're also making caller ID better. We've implemented a new technology so that in addition to sharing the name if we have it, we also show the customer that the number is a verified number and using a phone at T-Mobile or another wireless company. So you'll know it's a real person calling from a real mobile phone and not a bot or a call center calling you. Because the more information you have, the better decision you can make. And this technology is an industry standard, and it actually has a pretty cool name. It's called Stir Shaken.
Ha! Now that sounds like my kind of technology. Hold on one second, Mike. It's my mama.
Anthony, did you take my curling iron?
Mama, why would I take your curling iron?
Don't be messing with me, Anthony.
Mama, I'm on with T-Mobile's CEO, Mike Sievert, right now. Your boss.
Oh, hey, Mike. How you doing, baby?
I'm great. Good to see you, Doris.
Wait. Well, hold on. You all know each other? How?
You know I got a whole life outside of you, right? Let me finish putting my pretty on and then I'll come downstairs and say hi in a bit.
Sounds good. See you soon, Doris.
What you mean, see my mama soon, Mike? You know what? We'll have this conversation later. So now I know who is calling. All right, so I won't answer any of these annoying sales calls. But here's the deal, Mike. What I really want is to get less of these robocalls, period. It's one thing to know who's calling, but my phone's still blowing up.
Agreed. And we're going to take care of that too. We've got 2 incredible technologies to protect you from scammers. And with Scam Shield, I'm announcing today that we're giving both of them for free to every customer.
Hold on. You sure do like that word free, Mike.
Yeah, hands down. It's my favorite word. First, we're giving everyone on T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile free Scam ID. And with that, when a suspicious call comes in, we automatically flag it for you. So your phone says scam likely on the screen when it rings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see those pop up from time to time. So that's actually you guys warning me.
Exactly, it's us. And by the way, if you never want to see those calls again, we've got Scam Block. When you turn that on, the network actually blocks all those calls, so they never even reach you in the first place. It's up to you.
This is what I'm talking about, Mike. So those people in the video who were victims of scams, if they had turned on Scam Block, they wouldn't have gotten those calls at all?
That's right. And that's why Scam Block is a game changer in this battle against scammers, and especially now, during this critical time.
Yeah, I'm definitely turning that on. But hey, what about the other guys? Are they doing similar things?
Similar, yeah, but not nearly as good. The carriers pick and choose who gets protected. You gotta have the right device or the right plan. And at T-Mobile, we just believe that protection shouldn't be a privilege. That's why we're giving scam protection for free to every customer, regardless of brand or plan or device. For T-Mobile and Metro customers, that means Scam ID and Scam Block. And for Sprint customers, that means we're making the call screener free. Now, I just want to underscore that. We're taking something Sprint customers used to have to pay for, and now that they're part of the T-Mobile family, we're making it totally, completely free.
Ha! Welcome to the family.
Right. Welcome. Scam Shields for everybody. We're even rolling out free scam blocking for LineLink. That's our home phone product.
But wait, people still have home phones?
Some do, I guess. And if it rings, it's protected on T-Mobile's network.
Okay, I love this. Now, this might get touchy, but I gotta ask. I've got lots of friends on Verizon and AT&T. They all know I'm a fan of T-Mobile, but is Scam Shield protecting me better than what they're getting with the other guys?
Well, that's an easy one, yes. And it's all thanks to our incredible network. So let's bring in Delan B., our SVP of Core Network and Services. She leads the team responsible for Scam Shield, so there's no one better to explain how it works and why it's better.
Hey, hi Delan. Nice to meet you.
Hey Anthony, nice to meet you too. So Anthony, let me explain how we can pull off a move like Scam Shield. And it's unique to T-Mobile because unlike the other guys, we went all in on network level protection. It's only by using the power of technology in the heart of our network that we can keep customer protected from scam, spam, and unwanted robocalls.
Mike told me I'm better protected on T-Mobile than my friends who have Verizon or AT&T. Now, I've seen some apps out there that say they can stop robocalls. Is the T-Mobile network really better at that than these apps? And better than other wireless companies? How do you do it?
Yes, it is. And here's why. Our network is the most advanced in the industry and built with modern technologies. We analyze every call behavior, so it doesn't matter if it's 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, or even Wi-Fi. It doesn't matter which phone you're using. And that's how we can protect everyone. The carrier's network have legacy infrastructure, and that only protect people with certain technology, and only when they have the right phone or the right app.
So you can protect everyone, but is it actually better?
Yes, it is better. We're the Uncarrier, right? So we use all kinds of advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and patented technology to identify scam calls. In fact, the analysts at research firm Global Data recently found T-Mobile is already 30% better at identifying scam calls than Verizon or AT&T, and that's before Scam Shield.
So you're not playing around.
That's right. And you know what else? Our network defenses are updated every 6 minutes. There are lots of apps out there taking aim at this problem, but an app is only as good as the last time it was updated. Our network is constantly up to date, and that's important because scammers are constantly evolving.
Oh, okay. I hear you brought a video that breaks all this down. You know what? So let's take a water break and roll that video.
Now that Sprint and T-Mobile have merged, our network is bigger and better than ever. We built advanced scam blocking protection into the core of our network. No special devices required, and no manual updates that get in the way of your protection. Before a scammer even has a chance to reach you, our network analyzes every call. Using AI, machine learning, and patented technologies, it's always up to date and constantly improving, updating every 6 minutes, so you can stay one step ahead of scammers. If a call looks suspicious, we flag it as scam likely, or block it entirely. Scam Shield puts the power of our new network in your hands, letting you decide how to use it. Say goodbye to scam calls.
So that's how our network protect customers from scam calls. And my team has been working very hard for years building foundation for Scam Shield. So today is truly a proud day for us. We've been on this journey for quite a while and we won't stop.
That's really cool. Thank you, Delon.
You're very welcome. Great meeting you, Anthony. And thank you both for having me. Goodbye.
So everything you're giving customers is great. But how are these scammers getting my number in the first place, Mike?
Well, there are a few ways. First, they're guessing. I mean, it's a numbers game. These calls are cheap and easy to make, so they're just mass dialing as many numbers as possible. We can protect against that by letting you know who's calling, as I said, with free caller ID, free scam ID, and free scam block that we talked about earlier. But the other way is by them just finding out your actual number. And that's happening in large part because the way we use our numbers today has changed so much. In the last decade, your phone and your phone number in particular has become so much more than just a phone number. In so many ways, it's your identity. It's your username, your loyalty rewards number, your unique ID.
It seems like I gotta hand it out everywhere, for everything, every time I buy something online or sign anything, even just to get groceries.
Your personal number's out there in thousands and thousands of places, many of them linked to your identity. So it's no longer personal, and that puts you at risk. And that's another reason we've seen this huge increase in scam and spam calls over the last decade. I mean, tell me this, Anthony, remember when we first got email? And that email address started getting tons and tons of spam because we'd used it to sign up for all sorts of things. What'd we do when that happened?
We went on AOL and set up a second email address.
Exactly, AOL. You're kind of taking us back there. But yeah, that's what we're going to do with your phone number. We're going to give T-Mobile customers on Magenta and Essentials plans a second mobile number for free. And it works on your existing phone as a second number. And they can use that number whenever they want to keep their personal number personal. It's another T-Mobile first, and we call it proxy number. It's like a spam line for your phone. Proxy uses a simple app that keeps the calls and voicemails and texts to that line separate from your personal number. And you don't need a second device or a special kind of phone, and you don't need to pay extra for another line. You'll always know when it's your second line being called, and you can either answer it or just let it go straight to voicemail. And it's a separate voicemail box.
Now I know, Mama's gonna ask, can I set her up with a spam line too?
Of course, we wouldn't leave her out. Actually, you can share one proxy line with multiple family members and keep all of your personal numbers personal.
She gonna love that.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And on top of that, if your personal number has just become a spam magnet and you could use a fresh start, Scam Shield includes a free number change too. So you can get a new number and a clean slate all for free. And all designed to keep your personal number personal. So ultimately, you'll get fewer scam calls.
Oh, good. I want to get my number changed.
Oh, okay, Mama, why do you need to change your number? All right, what, too many spammers?
No. Honey, since I made that T-Mobile commercial, Mama's in demand, baby.
Hey, Doris, it's great to see you. How are you?
Oh, you know, baby, I'm good, but I haven't been able to go to the club lately.
Well, don't worry. When you do, 5G will still work there.
I know that's right. Hey, it's good seeing you, Mike. I gotta go to my Tai Chi Zoom class. See you later.
Oh, yeah. Bye to you too, Mama.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, okay. Hey, look, Mike, I get it. Look, this is all great stuff. Look, I feel like I should have taken notes. Now, I don't want to forget to sign up for any of it.
No notes needed. We're making it easy. Starting on July 24th, T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile customers can download the new Scam Shield app from T-Mobile. It's how you activate all of these protections. And if you want even more controls, there's actually also a premium version that lets you block specific types of calls, like ones from telemarketers or political surveys.
Oh, now that's sweet. So I can turn on Scam Block and keep those guys from reaching my phone.
That's right, Anthony, and we don't even have to wait. You can actually turn Scam Block on right now if you're a T-Mobile postpaid or Metro by T-Mobile customer. Just dial on your phone pound 662 pound right now to turn on Scam Block.
Okay, hold on, Mike. You know, we're from a different era. So for those millennials out there, that would be the actual hashtag sign on your phone, 662 hashtag sign.
Hashtag 662 hashtag. Okay, that's right. So what you do is you open up the dialer on your phone like you're making a phone call, and you press hashtag 662 hashtag and hit send. It'll tell our network to light up scam block for you, and it just takes a couple minutes and then you're all set.
Okay, hold on. No way. Hold on. What? Wow. It's that easy. Done.
Awesome. And Mama can do that right now too. Or when you have the Scam Shield app, you can actually set this up for your entire family. And for our Sprint customers, they can download the Call Screener app and get free protections there.
So you guys will help me keep from getting scammed in the future. But what if you've already been compromised? Like we talked about. Your info's already out there.
We thought a lot about this, so I'm going to bring in our CMO, Matt Staniff, to explain how we're tackling that.
Hey, Anthony, Mike, great to see you. We want to do everything we can to shield our customers from predatory scammers, especially now during this pandemic, because scammers are going all out to separate Americans from their hard-earned money. In Washington state alone, where Mike and I live, scammers use stolen private information to file fake unemployment claims. They stole hundreds of millions of dollars intended for unemployed workers, including people who just lost their jobs due to the pandemic.
Man, that's terrible. Like, these scammers are the lowest of the low, hitting people when they're already suffering. This doesn't feel like a wireless problem. This feels like a bigger issue.
It's much bigger than wireless. It's really about protecting your identity, and we're going to do something to help there too. As part of Scam Shield, we're launching BID Aware, a new identity monitoring and alert service. BID Aware, you get notified when your private info shows up on the dark web or if it's compromised as part of a data breach or other incident. And that's important because then you can take action to protect your identity, like change passwords, monitor transactions, and even put credit freezes in place.
This is big. Speaking from personal experience as someone in the public eye, I want to find out ASAP if my personal info has been compromised. So this will help me do that.
Exactly. If your info is compromised or shows up on known data broker sites on the dark web, you'll know it. And we'll even help you to quickly resolve that. This service scans the internet, including the dark web, alerting you when your personal information is at risk. If your identity is compromised, recovery specialists will help you restore it. And if you've lost your wallet, we'll connect you with the right folks to help cancel and replace things like your ID and credit cards. This is based on McAfee's proven identity protection services. So we're working with the experts here. And it's available starting next week until August 31st. And it's free for all T-Mobile, Sprint, and Metro by T-Mobile customers and small business customers for 12 months.
So you're not only going to protect my phone number, you're going to protect all of my private info and help me if my identity's been compromised.
That's right. Because people need that now more than ever.
Well, this is all beyond cool. So, am I saying goodbye to scam calls?
Well, like Delon said earlier, we're already 30% better than AT&T and Verizon. And that's even before today's moves. But listen, this is an all-out arms race against scammers. As long as there's money to be had, scammers will keep inventing new ways to target you. Just rest assured, we will invent new ways to stop them as they do it. And hopefully it's not just us. If this Uncarrier move is anything like the past 16, Scam Shield will suddenly inspire AT&T and Verizon to find a new passion for stopping scams and robocalls. And I hope it does, because that would mean everyone in wireless is taking this problem more seriously. And that's exactly what our Uncarrier moves have always been designed to do. Change wireless for good.
That would be awesome. You guys are really going after this problem.
We really are. And we don't do half measures around here. But also, this is a different kind of a problem than we've tackled before, so it really required us to go at it from all angles.
Let me see if I got this straight. First, turn on scam block with #662# or #662#. Done. Then next week, I download Scam Shield so I can turn on free caller ID, go get the spam line, and see how you guys are doing blocking scammers.
You got it. We put all the info up on t-mobile.com/scamshield. And that's also where you can get free identity alerts next week as well.
Can't wait. Well, thank you, Mike and Matt. Great being here with you guys.
We really appreciate you joining us today, Anthony.
Oh, cool. Hey, I got a jet, but I know you got to take questions from the media right now. So stay tuned, everybody. Mike and some other T-Mobile execs are going to be right back for the media Q&A portion. And I'm going to go rearrange my garage for the 20th time in a month.
Thanks, Anthony, and we'll be right back in just a minute.
Hello?
Hello. IRS here calling to let you know that you'll have to settle back taxes today or I'll have to call the police.
Oh, just the police? What about the FBI, Secret Service, and SEAL Team 6?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I thought. Bye-bye.
Wait, excuse me.
Come on. I gotta get T-Mobile.